I wanted a case to house an antique rifle, and was having a hard time finding one that seemed to meet my requirements. It was a long rifle, but it was a breakdown piece, so it could actually be stored in two parts. You know, it's an antique from World War II. It's a Japanese paratrooper rifle, and was looking for a way to store it after having just finished restoring the gun. I was sort of at a loss because the rifle was long at 45 inches, and I did not want a huge case. So I decided to see what I could do. I was looking for a case that would hold a two-piece rifle, and the first one I got ended up going back. It happened to be, I think it was an SKB case. Nice case, but wasn't going to do the job. Then I decided, well, let me call the companies. And I've discovered these companies are very approachable and very helpful. I called these companies are very helpful, and I discovered they were willing to give me time and no issues. I first called Pelican. The guy walked me through the menu of items they have after I told him what my requirements were. And when I was done choking on the price, I mean, they make a solid product, but I really didn't want to get into the price Pelican gets for its cases. I ended up trying Plano, and they did the same thing. They spent their time going through it with me, and then the guy said, well, now go to Amazon and go get it. Turned out they had a case that was shorter than the rifle. I have as I said, the rifle was 44 inches, and I did not want a case that was going to be, 46, 50 inches. That's just too huge. So they had this 36-inch takedown case, and it's a tactical case. It's solid, and boy, it just fit the bill nicely. It's what they call their all-weather 36-inch case. On the bottom, you can't see it in this shot, there is a pressure valve so you can equalize air pressure inside if necessary. It's got 5 double action clasps, one on each side, 3 up front. The 2 outer ones on the front lock. So really secure, really nice. Now, what I did was, I've seen people marking the foam to take it out. I didn't do it that way. You can, and no reason not to. But I thought it was easier to just lay the rifle out and just put a finger into the split in the foam. Okay? Now, you have roughly a 1-inch, 2-inch surround here, about 2 inches on the side, 1 inch on the top and bottom. That's solid, and in the middle you have these little cubes, and they pop right out, and that's not an issue, but you can also put them back in, and that's exactly what I did in 2 areas to serve 2 purposes. All you need is rubber cement to put them back in, and it worked very nicely. You can very gently paint the rubber cement on the sides of the foam and then put the pieces back in. Now, basically what I wanted it for was, I wanted some parts, like the magazine, to fit securely. So after removing 2 columns, I decided what I wanted was the pressure from the foam to hold it in place, and that way I've moved it back down to 1 column. The other problem was I didn't want it falling down because the foam is very thick. I mean, you got about 5 inches of foam there. So I realized that if I took the foam, 2 pieces, put them together, I could glue them back in and fill the bottom. And that's exactly what I did here. So the magazine would just sit there nicely. And same for the pistol. I just filled in the area with boxes of the foam, I went a little more, 2 and 2 all around, so they wouldn't sink all the way into the foam, and I could see them. The case was also deep enough so that with the bolt, I could still close the case. Under the barrel, I did the same thing just to give a little more support so it didn't flop around, and worked out very nicely. Nice case, quality case, and I don't think you'll go wrong with it. It has a gasket in the surround. You close it. You got the double lock. Okay, that's not going anywhere. You have your solid handle. You have a release here, but you still have a catch so it doesn't accidentally fall open on you. You got to release that. You have your locking holes on it so you can put a lock through here as well as the locks in the handle. So it's secure, it's solid, and did the job very nicely. And as I said, you can modify it. I've seen some put their guns in this way, but I wanted to be able to see it. And so in the end, the case, I ended up getting the case on eBay. Amazon had it as well. eBay was just a little less expensive. Ended up running $75. I'll tell you, for $75, it is a solid piece of equipment. So enjoy. Good luck if you're looking for this case. I don't think you can go wrong.